Well, good evening, everybody. It is the Icon Jonny K. Sorry, I'm working on getting TikTok live there. It is a Sunday evening, and well, we're going to do a little bit of WrestleScope Q&A, and well, the broadcast has started already, so let me get this off of here. Oh my goodness, yep, it's a Sunday. You gotta love it. Hopefully, everybody had a good weekend, and surprisingly, there's not a ton of news today. I mean, the one big thing to talk about is what happened in Japan this weekend, and let me see if I can get a little bit of updated information here real quick. Okay, first of all, before we get into any of that, as always, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, please. That way you can be updated every time we go live here on the channel. And as always, please do not forget to go to the link tree, which is in the bio, wherever you may be watching. And you can connect with all the different social media and check out the wonderful Amazon wish list as well. So I just want to get all the correct updates here. Before I talk about this story, basically go ahead and we're going to have a little bit of Q&A tonight here. Whatever you want to talk about for, well, let's just say probably the next 15-20 minutes here. And you know what? This is not coming up for me what I was looking for. So I think we're going to have to go here. I'll check this out and see what we can find. Okay, here we go. Unfortunately, we do have to talk about some very tough news here. If you had not heard, veteran Japanese wrestler Shinjiro Otani suffered a cervical spine injury earlier today at a 0-1 event in Tokyo, Japan. He took a German suplex into the turnbuckle in a match against Takashi Sugiura, and he was injured on that move, and fans were urged to leave the arena as he was stretchered out of the building. He was able to talk with referees and medical personnel, but was unable to move any of his limbs. There are no updates that I've been able to see anywhere. It's a very unfortunate circumstance. And Otani is a guy that, 49 years old. He's been wrestling he's a veteran of the Japanese scene. We've seen him in the United States on numerous occasions. He's also, wrestled. He's literally wrestled everybody. And this is tragic. This is a tragic situation. And I could honestly see wrestling companies around the world beginning to ban turnbuckle moves like this. We saw the injury that Sting suffered a few years back when he took the buckle bomb from Seth Rollins, which again, was unfortunate. But this is something that you never want to see this happen to anyone. You never want to talk about this kind of thing, and it's terrible. It's terrible to see this, and hopefully any updates that we get will be positive. But boy, you're dealing with a cervical spine injury. You're dealing with, absolutely no feeling or motions anywhere, nothing on the extremities. No, they're not going to ban the German suplex, but they're going to ban maneuvers like this into the turnbuckles. Now, I haven't seen any details on if it was a a planned move into the turnbuckle, or if it was an unfortunate accident that he hit the turnbuckle. I don't know. McTaggart, hey, how are you doing? You're waiting to see what WWE is going to do with the Ezekiel Elias storyline. I'm already over it. I am already over it because it's stupid. Flat out stupid. It's basically a rib on this guy because I hate to get into something comedic after talking about the injury to Otani, but we need to talk about it. The story has come out that Elias was seen, whether it was in the locker room or backstage or something, in trunks. Vince McMahon saw it and laughed, and they have him cut his hair, shave his beard, and basically look like jobber number 43 out there. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. That character is not going to go anywhere. Cade, you obviously missed the story. Let me bring it back up here again. Shinjiro Atami, who's a veteran Japanese wrestler at a 0-1 event today. They had to stop a match. He took a German suplex into the turnbuckle and suffered a cervical spine injury, had to be stretchered out. So the nerd people forget. Hello, I like that one. Let's see. No, I do not watch MLW. It's nothing against MLW. It's just, there's so much wrestling out there right now, and I just don't have enough time to do it. I don't have enough time to watch everything. I'm going to try this week to get caught up on a few things. Definitely want to get caught up on NWA, what's going on with NWA. If Impact has stuff on YouTube, I'm going to be getting caught up on that. MLW, I'm going to try to, outside of Alex Hammerstone, I don't really know many names in MLW right now. So I got a lot of catching up to do. But yeah, I don't have a good feeling about Otami. Obviously his health is of the utmost importance right now. And hopefully it's one of those things that he will get the feeling back in his extremities, but we shall see. When do I see Brock Lesnar coming back? SummerSlam. It won't be before SummerSlam. He's going to take the summer off. There's nothing else for him to do right now. It all depends on what they do with the World Championships right now. Are they going to keep Roman Reigns as the singular main event champion in WWE, or are they going to create another title? I had predicted that they were going to create, that over maybe they'll do it after Backlash. I don't know. That he was, basically going to claim that he is the, he is the number one champion, but SmackDown is the A show and he doesn't think he needs to go to Raw. So he's not going to appear on Raw. And then, Raw, they would create their own champion. But right now, they're not leaning towards that, at least not yet. So we shall see. NW is great because of Matt Cardona. The whole Matt Cardona thing. I mean, you look at it. Yes, he won his 7th title, but one of the titles that he's carrying is his made up internet championship. The other one is a new digital championship for Impact, which really means nothing. And a couple of the other belts he's holding are small independents that I don't know. When Kenny Omega was walking around with 5 belts, it was legit. Cardona, I give him credit for reinventing himself on the independents. I really do. Really changing who he was from, WWE to what he is now. I think Nick Aldis was better as NWA champion, to be perfectly honest. I have not watched NWA since they re-debuted. What was that, a few months ago? You know, they had taken that hiatus, and I'm seeing the questions coming in on YouTube, and I'll get to those in a second. Yeah, you know, like I said, I give him credit for the hustle he's doing right now. I really do. But just this full-fledged heel turn and just the way he's acting right now, I don't know. I mean, will he end up in one of the big companies again? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, WWE is not going to bring him back. I don't know. Well, first of all, I don't know if he's got an interest in going to one of the big companies right now. He may be completely happy with what he's doing. You know, he's involved with Impact, and him and Chelsea Green can kind of go off and do their own thing. Maybe he's going to be perfectly happy doing this. I don't know. Need to get rid of the 24/7 championship. I'll tell you right now, if we do not see anything 24/7 championship on Raw tomorrow night, I've already said what I think is going to happen. I don't want it to happen to any of the talent, but we're going to hear about releases coming up probably in the next 7 to 10 days. And you're going to hear the names Reggie, Dana Brooke, Tamina, and Akira Tozawa gone. I hope not. I really hope not. But I think they're getting rid of it. I could be wrong. We'll see tomorrow night. If we do not see any segments with the 24/7 championship on Raw tomorrow night, it's gone. That's my prediction. All right, let's go back to YouTube for a couple of things here. Lacey Evans, who would she beat for a championship? She's not going to beat Charlotte Flair. She's not going to beat Ronda Rousey. I would love to see her as a champion because I think she would be a great champion. But I don't know if it's going to happen. No, Nakamura is not going to be a long feud. It's just going to be WrestleMania Backlash if it happens. It's just a filler feud for right now until they figure out what in the world they're doing with Roman Reigns. Do I even need to answer this one, WWE or AEW? If I had to pick, if you told me you could only watch one, you couldn't watch the other, I would pick AEW. Hands down. All AEW programming, Dark Elevation, Dynamite, Rampage, the Battle of the Belts, all of that, AEW hands down. I still answered it. So let's see. Do I like how they're treating Wheeler Yuta in AEW? Absolutely. Do you realize that match against Jon Moxley, dude is now a star. Over the course of 3 weeks, Wheeler Yuta went from being a kind of an afterthought with the best friends, kind of that tag along guy, to all of a sudden being the pure champion in Ring of Honor and having an absolutely incredible star-making match with Jon Moxley. Yeah, he is going to be a main event star. Absolutely. He will hold gold in AEW. Maybe not this year, but it will happen. I could see him being a TNT champion. I could see him when they finally, whether they do trios championships or they do the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team titles, he will hold a belt. Tanya, hello. Do I see anyone else jumping from AEW to WWE? It's hard to say right now. I don't know contract situations of anybody in AEW. And obviously there's some talent that is not having their contracts renewed. A lot of the early talent that signed on, at the very beginning in 2019. So there could be some names that are released, but they're not going to be, or not re-signed, not extended, not renewed. None of them are really big names, so they could end up in NXT, WWE, who knows? A couple of the guys, obviously Joey Janela, no, he's not going there. Marco Stunt, I could see them potentially bringing him into NXT as a comedy act, but I don't know. Cody, good to see you on here. Yeah, Mel, I agree. MJF could be the one, but you know what? I think he's going to stay with AEW. He's doing all this talk right now because he's trying to position himself. I talked about this a couple of weeks ago. He is on the AEW equivalent of an NFL rookie contract. You get drafted, you're on a 3-year contract in the NFL, and if you're not like a top 10 pick, you get paid decent money, but it's not, it's not live for the rest of your life kind of money, and you're stuck with it for the first 3 years. That's what MJF is in right now. He is signed on, basically a lower mid-card deal, because that's what he was brought in as from MLW. I mean, he had star written on him coming out of MLW, but did anybody in 2019 think that he was going to be, the number one heel in the company and be literally on the doorstep of a main eventer at this point in time? I don't know. So he obviously sees his value. He wants more money. He deserves a bigger contract. Absolutely. I am not a fan of MJF, the character, but man, I'll tell you, the 26 years old, 25, 26 years old, he has got an incredible future in front of him. And when his current AEW contract expires in 2024, man, the world is his oyster. He can ask for whatever he wants, and he's going to get it. There will be a bidding war for MJF. Yeah, I agree. MJF is definitely putting his money where his mouth is. And Tony Khan obviously does not have an issue with the things that he said, because he's letting him go out there and do his thing. Yeah, I agree. I hate MJF, the character, but man, there is nobody better as a heel on the microphone right now than MJF. Nobody. I don't care who it is. Yeah, the bidding war of 2024. Whatever happened to Piper Niven, who knows? She's another one that's just disappeared. She had a couple of good matches against Bianca Belair, but she was basically used as fodder for Bianca Belair to make her look super strong. That's what they did. And now she's gone. I asked that same question yesterday during the live stream. Where's Shotzi Blackheart? Where's she? She just disappeared off the planet. Same with Ali. Oh, don't get me started on that one. My goodness, that guy has such talent, and WWE refuses to use him. They're just going to let him sit there. They dropped the ball with him with the whole Retribution storyline. It's a shame. Do I think MJF is worth CM Punk or Bryan Danielson money? Absolutely. Absolutely. He is not the megastar name when it comes to just the general public for wrestling, but he will be. He will be. Man, I loved his feud with CM Punk. I thought it was great. I see there being we're going to see Bryan Danielson and MJF very soon. I've said it. We're going to see the Pinnacle. Well, no, actually, no. I said it was going to be JAS, the Jericho Appreciation Society. But I can see if MJF brings in a new tag team to work with him and Sean Spears and somebody else that he brings in, we're going to see Pinnacle, or whatever they're going to be called, versus the Blackpool Combat Club. Yeah, Ali would have, Mustafa Ali would be a great champion of, any type of champion, IC, United States, whatever. MJF versus Lesnar, I don't think that'll ever happen. I don't think that one will ever happen, because if Brock Lesnar, if MJF ends up in WWE, we're talking 2 years from now, Brock Lesnar will probably be done. Do I like the Honor No More angle and Impact? Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Perfect way. Bring in guys that were in Ring of Honor and have them be a faction within Impact. I'm perfectly fine with that. I think it's great. I mean, that's a big complaint I'm going to have about Tony Khan and AEW right now, is the fact that all that great Ring of Honor talent that was out there, he's basically not going to bring any of them back, or a lot of them back. We don't quite know yet what the plan is. I've seen some rumblings going around about certain things that are going to be happening with Ring of Honor and TV deals, but nothing concrete. So hopefully this is the week we hear something, because they come off of Supercard of Honor, and all of a sudden there's no TV for Ring of Honor. They're going to be doing stuff in AEW. Obviously they've got Minoru Suzuki versus Samoa Joe. Jay Lethal is kind of continuing on with what he did. You've got the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, FTR. Speculation is running rampant that Jonathan Gresham is going to be showing up in AEW very soon as the Ring of Honor champion. Obviously, you've got Wheeler Yuta as the pure champion, but I don't know. Hopefully, something comes out this week. My thoughts on the Edge.
I couldn't understand, but I may have a few recommendations.
Alexa, stop. Sorry. The Edge faction, I'll be curious to see where it goes. I like Edge and Damian Priest together. We'll see if anything happens further tomorrow night. You've got AJ Styles versus Damian Priest. We don't have any factions right now in WWE. You got the Bloodline, which is a 3-man group. You don't have any factions. Think back to the Monday Night Wars, the Attitude Era. It was a lot of factions, and it was good. Faction warfare is not a bad thing. Faction warfare is good for wrestling. Okay. Rumors about Rhea joining Edge. We'll find out more tomorrow night, too. If Rhea Ripley turns on Liv Morgan, I could see it happening soon. I don't think it'll be an immediate thing. I think they may wait until definitely after Backlash, possibly after Hell in a Cell. We'll see. You're hoping for Ring of Honor to have a YouTube show? It would make a ton of sense. It's easy to do. I mean, AEW does a great job with it with Dark and Dark Elevation. Yes, Dean, factions are great. Let's see what else we got here on YouTube. All right. What's my opinion on Brian Cage going to Ring of Honor without finishing his feud with Team Taz? Where there really wasn't anywhere else for that Team Taz feud to go for him. They pretty much squashed him. Ring of Honor, that's a good change of pace for him. And the fact that he is he's aligned with Tully Blanchard. I love that. There has been the rumor about Tommaso Ciampa being going with Edge. There has been a rumor. Again, if it happens, I don't think they should add anybody in immediately. I think it should stretch out a little bit. Maybe we get a tag team match. That would be the best thing to do, is have at WrestleMania Backlash, you have Edge and Damian Priest take on AJ Styles and some partner, and that's when the third person gets introduced and gets involved in the match. Let's see. You hope that who was it that said that? Hang on a second. Oh, Cody. That would be the perfect thing to do if they are going to split up Riddle and Orton. Have Riddle turn heel. Absolutely, I agree with that. AJ and Finn would be interesting, but Finn Balor is going to be in a feud with Austin Theory, and he's going to be defending the U.S. Championship against Austin Theory at WrestleMania Backlash, and is going to lose again. I hate to say it, but that's what's going to end up happening. I don't know. Lucas, I can't say who's going to win Money in the Bank because I don't know who's going to be in it. If Austin Theory does not win the United States Championship at WrestleMania Backlash, early money would be him winning Money in the Bank. Definitely. But it's got to be, actually, that's what's going to be interesting this year, is if they do not introduce a second world championship belt back into WWE, it's got to be the person that's going to end up beating Roman Reigns. It's got to be. Who, at this point in time, who would it be? Cody? Drew? I mean, you're not going to, it's going to be basically main eventers in Money in the Bank. It's not going to be those guys that are kind of on the edge of the main event. It's going to be main event guys. It's going to be, Drew, Cody, Lashley, Austin Theory, I believe, would be in there. So I don't know. Do I see Ricochet losing to Jinder? I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, we've got to look at heels versus baby faces holding championships right now. So you've got Finn Balor and Ricochet as mid-card baby faces holding the mid-card titles. You've got Roman Reigns as a heel holding the top two championships. You've got the Usos as heels holding one set of tag team belts. RK Bro as baby faces holding one set of tag team belts. Then you've got Bianca as a baby face holding one women's championship. Charlotte as a heel holding the other championship. I could see Jinder Mahal beating Ricochet for the championship. I don't see Jake Paul feuding with Miz, but I see Logan Paul doing it. You see, that would actually be interesting. Cody, that would be interesting, is if AJ Styles brought in Tommaso Ciampa as his tag team partner against Edge and Damian, and he turns on AJ and sides with them. I could see that happening. What is my dream match? Ooh. Kenny Omega, Seth Rollins, for sure. The Usos versus the Young Bucks. Wow. Britt Baker versus Becky Lynch. Yeah, that's pretty much what I got right now. That's what I got right now. You think AEW dropped the ball with Brian Cage and Archer for that? They've got too much talent right now, and they're just not 100%. The problem is you've got Tony Khan booking everything for AEW. Yeah, Brian Cage, they could have done so much more with him. Archer, Archer is good where he's at right now. I kind of like what they're doing with him, though. Dream match between dead wrestler. Ooh, wow, that's a tough one. Eddie Guerrero versus, boy, it would have to be somebody he never faced. In his prime, Eddie Guerrero versus Roddy Piper. Eddie Guerrero and Roddy Piper when Piper was in his prime. Jade versus Bianca would be good. Yeah, Eddie versus HBK in his prime would be good too. Lucas, I think you brought that one up before. MJF versus The Miz. MJF would wipe the floor with Miz. Would I want to see belts on Dark? No. Not yet. Yeah, they don't need belts on Dark. Eddie versus his son Dominic. Yeah, but that would be a good one. That would be a good one. Boy, we got some good stuff going on here in the chat today. I'm enjoying this. This is good. I like this. Cena versus MJF in a promo battle. Who do you think would win? MJF. MJF in a heartbeat. There are very few currently that could beat MJF in a promo battle. CM Punk, for sure. Yeah. Eddie King says the TNT champion. I don't see that happening anytime soon. But I'll tell you, my other gripe with AEW, why do you put a TNT championship on a guy that wrestles once every 6 weeks? They're running this thing with Scorpio Sky that he's been undefeated for like 397 days, but he's literally only wrestled 6 times for AEW in that time period. I'm sorry. If I was a wrestler and I only wrestled 6 times in 390 something days, yeah, I bet you I could probably be undefeated too. Get the belt off of him. Put it on somebody else. It doesn't need to go back on Sammy. There's plenty of other talent. No, we don't need to put the belt back on Darby either. How about Hook? Give Hook the belt. Though I got to tell you, I'm kind of digging the whole Hook Danhausen thing going on right now. And I'm actually really enjoying the Hook Danhausen thing, which no, they're not going to put it on Wheeler right now because he's got that pure championship. This feud with Sammy and Dan Lambert's crew is going nowhere. Okay. And they need to realize that nothing personal against Sammy and Ty. I'm a huge Ty Conti fan. I am. And hey, God bless those two that they're in a relationship, happy for them, whatever. But the fans are taking a dump on that couple right now. Stop having them be out on TV together. We don't need on-screen couples right now. You could easily have Adam Cole and Britt Baker together, and we've seen them a couple of times on TV. They haven't done a lot with it. We don't need that dynamic in AEW right now. They don't have Jungle Boy and Anna Jay out together. They pretty much keep them separate. That's the way it should be. I mean, if it's husband and wife, it's one thing, okay? But if they're dating, no, don't just leave it alone, okay? Just leave it alone. Seriously. Yeah, Lucas, you're right. That whole thing with Danhausen eating the chips out of the trash was great. Yeah, you can't get Sammy away. First of all, Dan Lambert, oh my goodness, keep him off the mic. Just shut him up, please. He does nothing for me, okay? Yeah, he's bringing a different aspect of things with Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, but again, that is a pair of wrestlers that they should be wrestling more often. I don't understand why they're not. Somebody needs to explain to me why those two guys are not wrestling more. I don't care if it's on Dark and Dark Elevation, but these guys need to be appearing in AEW more than just running their mouths and doing promos. It doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. You know what, Eric, I agree with you. We don't need couples dynamic in any organization. You can acknowledge it, but when the fans start turning on two baby faces that are dating, when they come out together, obviously you need to stop doing that. Of course, they're building to the Ty Conti Paige Van Zant match, which we're not getting anywhere with, and I think people will actually cheer for Paige Van Zant in that. I think it's actually going to turn on them. We shall see. Sami Callihan. I thought he was still with Impact. Is he not with Impact anymore? I thought he was. Oh. That whole thing just disgusted me. It absolutely disgusted me. That it would be like if Ryan Cabrera all of a sudden showed up on WWE television with Alexa Bliss. And congratulations to Ryan and Lexi. I've been watching all the Instagrams and stuff of their wedding. It looked incredible. Absolutely incredible. So congratulations to Alexa Bliss and Ryan Cabrera. So happy for those two. I mean, you all know, I am a big Alexa Bliss fanboy here. Just happy for them. She literally looked like a princess. She got her princess wedding. It was a rock star wedding. I mean, it was absolutely incredible. What they were able to do for their wedding and the reception. It was amazing. It really was. Oh, Sammy hasn't been on. Again, I can't watch Impact. I don't have Access TV. So calculus, it could end up happening. The Trials of Jericho, it could end up happening for Wardlow. I believe Wardlow is going to cost MJF the match against Captain Shawn Dean on Wednesday night, and it's going to drive MJF over the edge. You and me both, Eric. You and me both. I shouldn't say that. No, I just they, I've been following both of them on Instagram, and it's just it's great to see that relationship, and it's just great to see how that's transpired. They've both found somebody that they are so happy with. I'm happy for both of them. I really am. I'm happy for both of them. It's great to see. So, all right, guys. Boy, I went a lot longer than I thought I was going to tonight. Thank you very much for the likes. Greatly appreciate that. I was only planning on 15 minutes, and man, we've gone 45 here. So I'm going to get out of here, folks. I will be doing a watch along tomorrow night of Raw, but I will be jumping in a little bit late tomorrow. I have something going on, so I will not be able to start until probably the start of the second hour, which may be a good thing for me because 3 hours. Yes, Taya is on Impact now, and she's back to Taya Valkyrie. She's not whatever that god awful name and character they gave her was. Yeah, doing only 2 hours may be a good thing for me. Yes, I did see the pictures of Moxley along with Renee at the Corey Carmella wedding, and yeah, he was dressed like he was ready to kick somebody's butt because that's Jon Moxley. That's who he is. That was great to see. But yeah, it was, not. I've never been a fan of Corey Graves. Never been a fan of Carmella. The characters, the wrestlers, the personalities. But congratulations to Corey and Carmella on their wedding as well. Along with, again, Ryan Cabrera and Alexa Bliss. Congratulations to both, to both couples. That is great to see. All right, like I said, I will be back at 8 p.m. Central Time tomorrow night for Raw Watch Along. And if there's any further updates on Shijiro Otami, I will. I'll post them on Twitter. I'll put them on TikTok as well. It's an unfortunate situation with him. Hopefully, we'll get some good news. We shall see, though. But have a great night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for doing the Q&A with me tonight. Lots of great stuff. Always appreciate the interaction from all of you guys. And I see we had a few new people in here tonight too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And please go to the link tree. You can get caught up on all my different social medias where I will be active. And you can see the Amazon wish list because remember, 15 days until Johnny's birthday. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Have a good night, everybody. We will talk to you tomorrow. TikTok.